Hi everyone, it's Jen and we're here with this shaker album number 3 from the Alice collection, the Graphic 45 Curiouser and Curiouser collection. And this one is a 4x8 by 2-inch spine. This is an ASC Supplies design team project, so head over to asccraftsupplies.com. Use Scrapping Posh 10 for 10% off your normal price purchase. Okay. And we are going to get started with the back cover. And the reason why I'm going to go to the back cover is because I want to make sure that I have a full piece of paper to do so. So this is the same as I actually use for the back of the back cover. And then, just like the front cover, we're going to keep it simple and we're going to put a sticker on it. I still have one of the Alice stickers that I wanted to use, and I should have done a dry fit, but it looks like we're going to be alright. So this is just cut to 4x8. Covers are a little bigger than everything else. Cover on, and then I want to use this sticker and put it right in the corner. Oh, she's hanging down a little bit. Okay, so instead of trying to move it, we're trimming that off. And then I think that's all we're going to put on there. We can put a little black heart up there in the corner. If I had one of the titles left over, I would put it there, but I don't. We used all of those. I do have a small frame I can put there. That would be crooked. Cover stuff. There's a big one. I still have one of those. I have no idea what I'm going to do with that. I have a Every Adventure Requires a First Step chipboard. I can put it in the middle. Let's do that. I like that idea. Where'd they go? There they are. And we can kind of kind of hack these up a lot. This was like one big one, and we made it a whole bunch of little ones. So I'm thinking about like right there. And then take these smaller ones off. And we can make this one start there. I love using stuff up. With that, so kind of just embellish the back page a little bit. Okay, the next page we're just going to do a vertical belly band. So this is 2 inches wide, which is pretty wide for this page. So 2 by 8.5 scored at a 1/2 inch on both sides. Center that. And then not quite long enough there. Not long enough. This one's long enough. But I'll end up cutting another piece to make the difference. So we'll just cut this one down a little under 2 inches. A little under 7.5. And then let's make the back black. Put this here. 7. Dry fit. That works. And then the belly band's going to be loose. I can already tell. I'm going to have to put some extra stuff in there. Tell it's going to be loose. I got that belly band crooked. It's fine. It's fine. Let's go for something on the belly band to make it interesting. How about this one? I like this one. Right in the middle. And then since we did a black background, we'll do a cream colored insert. And since I said that it was going to be loose, we'll do a triple. So we're going to do, we're going to fold at 3 and 6 and cut at 9. So that's my triple, you can see. And I'll just I cut something crooked. No problem. I think it was my fold, but we'll be alright. There we go. And that will just go in there. Oh. 3, 6. What did I cut it at? I cut it at 7.5. We'll cut it at 6 3/4. There we go. Much better. Okay. Next page. I think I want that pink heart on here though. Where's my stickers? Kind of been saving it. Or how about the flamingo? Or I can put the flamingo and the pink heart on the next belly band since I'm repeating the pages. Alright, think about it. Alright, next page is a short pocket. And then a center flap on the other one. Or I'm sorry, a short flap with a center pocket. So, and I'm going to switch 6 and 7, I think, because I want to do the short pocket over here. So the first thing I'm going to do is just put this short flap on. I'm going to have to get another punch out for the center pocket. And this flap is like 6.5 by 3.5. And then this one is going to go here, except I have to cut it. And I'm going to measure it this way because it's not going to be exactly 3.5 because I added this flap. So I'll cut it. I just got this one in 3/8 circle punch. And the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and place this in the middle of the page, and then we're going to put a strip of paper here and here. A little bit longer than the pocket. where the pocket's going to be. So about 2 1/4 will suffice. 2 1/4 each. And we can just use this. This is fine. So, do I have enough there? I should have enough. Okay, so a little under 3 1/2. A little under 3 1/2. Make sure it fits with this flap, and it looks like it will. I don't mind the red with the little ferns on it. I don't care for the black and the yellow for some reason. I think it's because I don't know, it's the cream color I don't mind instead of the yellow. Okay, this one's gonna go at the top. And this is just another way to preserve some paper. This one's gonna go at the bottom. Okay, and then and we're going to put paper on this before we punch it, because that's going to be perfect. Okay. Because then we get to punch them both at the same time, because it is not fun trying to maneuver that. So this is a little under 3 1/2 by 3 1/2. How about that? Hey, we can use that. Okay. My dog is dreaming and kicking something in the background. Nova, quit. She is going to town. Nova, come here. Okay, I got her. Okay, and then we just kind of line it up in the middle. Same on the bottom as the top. And if you want to put a paper there you can just put a scrap. We have plenty. Or we can put a black all the way across so that it's easier to slide in and out. We'll do that. You don't have to go all the way across. Just line it up with the outside. And then glue on 3 sides here. I have a pendulum, guys, by the way. I'm trying to sort and put away my pens and markers. Not going well. That is 3.5. This one is 3. We score at 3.5. Do I want it to stick out that far? Let's take it down a little bit. So this is 3.5. So let's take it down to 3.25 and see if I like it. 3.25. That's okay. I don't mind that. Doesn't stick out very far. I'm gonna go ahead and cut one for the next page because I will forget by then. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and these are for, I'm gonna double up the pages, so everything's gonna be twice. I may as well punch that now. Okay, so this is gonna go like this, and then let's put a sticker here. And how about, I would like to use these pull tabs, but they don't bend well. So we'll just use this little yellow heart. Okay. And remind me not to use the other little yellow heart because we've got things to do with that. Now I was thinking that we should do a quilted page. That's a bit bulky, so maybe not yet. This is, we'll just map this one. This is 3.25 by 6.5, I think. 6.25. 3.25 by 6.25. I'm gonna use this one. I'm gonna cut the 3.25 first because I want to make sure I keep the 7.5. Put that on that side. Oh, I did not dry fit. Obviously it was not 3.25. It was, or I didn't cut this right. have this parchment just sitting here. Let's go ahead and cut that to 6.5 by 3. That'll be our insert. Just wanted to see what it would look like. I think we'll go with black. That's what I think. We'll go under 7 3 or 7.5. Your eye fit. And that's good. If you hear tapping in the background, it is the dog. She is flailing her feet around, kicking in her sleep. And I'd hate to interrupt her. She's not doing anything wrong. I'm gonna have to grab another piece of the parchment and cut it for the next tag. Okay, there's those 2 pages. Let's do a couple more because they're fairly easy. We're going to do a double pocket on this one. We'll do a double pocket on this side and we'll do some swings on this side. So this is 4 inches. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this one is 3. So I got a 3-inch pocket and a 4-inch pocket. Of course, they're 4.5 inches wide. Cut down. And then when you do a double pocket, you can either make one big long pocket for the top one, or you can make a little one. I'm going to make a little one because I have some small cut-aparts that go on there. So the first pocket, you just fold the 2 sides in, scoring it 1/2 inch each, as always. And then the second pocket, the 3-inch pocket, you do the same thing, but you just cut a 45-degree angle at the bottom so that it slides down into the other pocket. So it'll go like this. Just wiggle down in there like that. And now that I'm looking at it, I'm thinking I need to go, because that just leaves a little tiny bit. Let's go 2 inches on that top pocket instead of 3. So I'll just cut 1 inch off. Then we're going to glue 3 sides, like I said, because we don't want a big pocket, we want a little pocket. And tuck it right down inside. Okay, and now we have 3.5 by 4, 3.5 by 2, and 3.5 by, should be 2-ish. That's what we're going with mat though. So we get to use some of our smaller paper, hopefully. some of the paper that runs this way instead of the long way. There's a smaller piece. That's a possibility. Okay, these are all less than 7.5 inches. And then I have these guys too. So this is a 2-inch strip. And that can go here or here. And then how about we use this one for the big one? That's right. And then let's use just a plain red, because there's a lot happening here. I kind of like him. This suffices as a plain red, as a cream. So let's go ahead and do 3.5 by 2. Okay, how about that? Does that look okay? Is the question of the day. It looks okay, and it dry fits, so 2 for 1. There's that. Hopefully I have time to do one more page. Gotta go to the gym quick and either take my Lorevin flow class or walk on the treadmill for a half hour. Either one suffices my cardio needs. Oh, I need to take the dog for a walk first. Okay, well, we're going to glue these down, and then I'm going to take the dog for a walk, and then I'm going to go to the gym. I'm not going to go to the gym without doing that. That would be horrible of me. Okay, we're going to find some tags and or mats to stick in there, and then we'll be right back. Okay, dog's been walked. We went to the gym. Not we, but I did. And yeah, now we're back. We're gonna finish up these couple pages and then go to the next video. Well, we're gonna do the middle page. So I just picked some cut aparts. And this one I wanted, I think, to put here. But I kind of would like something so it doesn't blend in. It says it's no use going back to yesterday because I was a different person then. Let's see, maybe I just want to mat it on some cream cardstock. Maybe I don't. Maybe I'll just use it as a tag. And then we'll use the flamingo one too. So there's those. And then we'll put cream colored, just a cream colored tag or mat or whatever you want to call it. That can go there. Okay, and then the last page that doesn't have, that's not the middle page, I guess, is just a double swing page. So it's gonna make noise, but that's okay. So this is just going to be 2 flaps. And we'll do one going one way and one going the other, or you can do both of them going the same way. But I think we're going to do one going one way and one going the other. And it's another opportunity to use up the small pieces. Get this as close as you can to the edge. And then this probably isn't going to be the same size anymore. So let's see. Definitely using this on these little guys here. And how about this? Yeah, I think so. So we're gonna go ahead and cut it like it's 3.5, but then we'll probably have to take a tiny bit off. So 3.5 by 7.5. Actually, I think it'd be all right. I'll try not to distress things over the project in case my sponge starts to fall apart. I've been putting my scrapbook room together. It's coming along slowly, but I also have been making albums, obviously, and editing videos, so I kind of want to paint. It, but I don't really want to paint, you know what I mean? Alright, let's see. It's a sign. It's a sign. I don't know if how tall are these? These are 4. This is not 8. We can do one that. Is this big enough? Oh. We'll do one that. Okay. So 4. Tiny bit off there. So we're going to do, he's not quite big enough. He's about the same size as that one. We do have this one. We can use him. So 3 by 4. that one, and then I'll take, does it matter which one I do? Let's just do this one. Start at so I got these two are going to go on the outside and these two are going to go on the inside. So that when you open it up, it's got both dark and light. I like the tone-on-tone cream, but I feel like because it's so hard to see, I feel like it's almost like a waste of pattern paper. Like you may as well just use the cream cardstock, you know what I mean? And this album has turned out to be mostly red. Do you guys think I should make a micro album? A mini micro album? Micro mini album? With all scraps and leftovers. I could probably make a couple. Alright, there's that page. Alright, so half of the album's done, essentially. We have the middle pages here. I'm going to find a strip to put here. And then we'll do these two pages, and then we'll do the last pages real quick. Since we've already done it, there's not a whole lot of discussion needed. And yeah, alright, there we are so far. So, head on over to ASCcraftsupplies.com and use Scrapping Posh 10 for 10% off your normal price purchase. And we'll see you on the next video. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.